welcome back to my channel. Yesterday we all witnessed something extremely special. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, and the opposition leader Mark Golden presented Beenie Man and Bounty Killer with the Order of Distinction. Let's talk about it.
It gives me great pleasure to make these two acknowledgements for Bounty Killer Rodney Price and Beenie Man Moses Davis. In the spirit of unity, in the spirit of our creativity, these two gentlemen have created a music genre. They have created pop culture. They have contributed to Jamaica's popularity around the world. They are icons of our music and our culture. On behalf of the people of Jamaica, we wish to acknowledge your work and contribution to Jamaica.
Zaga. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Thank you very much. But thank the heart of Jamaican people. Thank you, each and everyone. Thank you for supporting us for all these years. I've been waiting for this for all these years. Can somebody say Zaga, Zaga, Zaga now?
Yellow. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. I just want to say I'm humbled and grateful to receive this. This is a milestone. This is something that a lot of us never get to receive while we can celebrate. So my brother Moses, we as we came from rivals and now to iconic idols.
Zaga. God is good. God is good. Respect, love and
Happy Independence, Jamaica. All proud Jamaican. This is us. It's been over a decade. I cannot travel to certain country. This is certainly a Jamaican milestone. Yardman team.
So, what do I think about this? Independence Day, Jamaica celebrating 62 years of independence, to see the Prime Minister and the opposition standing together, recognizing two of Jamaica's most iconic cultural figure. Bounty Killer and Beenie Man, they are dancehall. That is it. Bounty Killer, Beenie Man, whatever you see dancehall is today, Bounty Killer and Beenie Man, their fingerprints are all over dancehall. Whether you like them or not, that's undisputed. So to see the Prime Minister and the opposition leader, as I said, standing together, agreeing on this, they don't agree on a lot of stuff, but to see them agreeing on this and to present those two giants in Jamaica music and culture the same day, Independence Day, with a stadium that's with thousands of people, it is a good look for Jamaica. And I'm going to explain to you why Beenie Man and Bounty Killer, they are dancehall, in my opinion. So Beenie Man and Bounty Killer would not be the Beenie Man and Bounty Killer that's celebrated today without someone like a Daddy U-Roy, without someone like Admiral Bailey, without Ninja Man and Shabba Rankin. And I'm sure Bounty Killer himself and Beenie Man will tell you that Shabba Rankin and Ninja Man had a big influence on their craft and what they have been able to accomplish in dancehall music. But despite all of that, Beenie Man and Bounty Killer changed dancehall forever. Whenever you talk to anyone about Jamaica's culture in terms of music, in terms of reggae, in terms of dancehall, 99% of Jamaicans or music lovers across the world agree on one thing, that 90s dancehall was the peak of dancehall. And Beenie Man and Bounty Killer, they are responsible for 90s dancehall. Let's first talk about Beenie Man. Beenie Man, I would have to say, in terms of endurance, like Beenie Man started his music career at a tender age of about age 9. You know, releasing an album as a child. Beenie Man was one of Jamaica's first child star, along with Nadine Sutherland. But however, Beenie Man did not get his break until in his 20s, around 23. So just imagine the endurance that it took him to be in an industry for at least 15 years, going at it before your real break came. Beenie Man had some of the roughest time in dancehall. You know, Beenie Man, after releasing an album as a child, you know, ended up going to prison for a while. He had one of the biggest downfall in dancehall history when he was booed in front of a stadium full of about 23,000 people when Nelson Mandela visited Jamaica. He had to disappear from the scene for a while and came back in the 90s and became one of the biggest thing dancehall I've ever seen. Beenie Man is responsible for melody, for sing-along in dancehall. It was done before Beenie Man, but Beenie Man was one of the first dancehall artists that made sing-along a thing that most dancehall artists wanted to do. When Beenie Man would come on stage, and you know, Beenie Man, when he did the song about Suzuki, and when he did the song about, you know, Ghetto Slam, you know, all of those songs, Beenie Man could just sing a part and put the mic in the crowd, and the crowd would just sing the rest of the song. Before that sing-along, dancehall music was filled with lyrics. When you think about Papa San, when you think about Lieutenant Stitcher, when you think about Professor Nuts, when those guys touched the stage back in the 80s, coming up in the early 90s, it was mostly lyrics, and most of the audience could not sing along to it. So Beenie Man was one of the first one in dancehall to make sing-along, you know, such a huge thing, and that changed dancehall forever. So to see Beenie Man, you know, standing there, receiving that order, like it was a good thing to see, because Beenie Man has been in the trenches, as I said, you know, like I've seen Beenie Man from age 9, like age 8, because as a young child, I used to go to the dance. There's a thing that we used to go and we used to pick up bottle, we used to hustle. And I remember back in the days, like seeing like Beenie Man and Risco Benji, like in places like Waterhouse, Olympic Way. You go to the dance and you pick up bottles just to be able to provide lunch for the next day. So to see a ghetto youth like Beenie Man, you know, standing with the Prime Minister and receiving one of Jamaica's highest honor, the Order of Distinction, was a good look. And Beenie Man, big up yourself, and it is just good to see, and it is overdue. Like Beenie Man, well deserved. As I said, whether you like him or not, whether you think that he's the king of the dancehall or whatever, well deserved. Beenie Man. So Bounty Killer, when you talk about Bounty Killer, you're talking about one of the most talented dancehall artists of all time. I had the privilege to grow up in a community where dancehall was pretty much birthed. And in my opinion, the three people that I would say in the history of dancehall that I saw as the most talented just coming out of the gate was Buju Banton. I remember Buju Banton when Buju Banton came out with Browning as one of his first songs. To come out as a young youth, like a teenager, and your first song is just taking over the entire country. That is very rare. And so Buju Banton was one. Baby Wayne was another one of the most talented dancehall artists in the history of Jamaica, to come out with your first song, and your first song just took over the entire country and went overseas like storm. Baby Wayne was another one. And the third one is Bounty Killer. Bounty Killer first song that I was introduced to, I think it was his actual first song, was not even on record when Bounty Killer song started taking over the place. It was on dub plate. And I remember hearing that song on dub plate, like as a young youth, going to the dance, and for a dancehall artist that was never heard of before. At the time, his name was Bounty Hunter, not Bounty Killer at the time. And when an unknown Bounty Hunter dub plate was played in the dance, and everything just rip apart. Like fences were falling down, people were just kicking down fences, and that is something you don't see that for newcomers in dancehall. So Bounty Killer, to me, I would put him in the category like with a Buju Banton, with a Baby Wayne, as top 3 most talented, out of the gate dancehall artists of all time. Bounty Killer single-handedly changed dubplate in dancehall. When Bounty Killer went to Jammies and Bounty Killer started doing dubplate, I remember as a child going to dance and stuff in my community. Before dancehall artists were doing dubplate, it was the singers that controlled the dubplate. It was people like Half Pint, it was people like Pinchers. Those were the guys, Barrington Levy, those were the guys that you were getting dubplate from, until Ninja Man burst into the scene and Ninja Man started doing dubplate. But when Bounty Killer came in, Bounty Killer is the reason why most dancehall artists were able to make a ton load of money from dubplate. A lot of dancehall artists back in the days would not make a lot of money from their record sales. They would not, they would depend on stage shows, and they would depend on dubplate. So if you were not big enough to go to like a Japan Splash, to go to Germany to some of those events, you would be stuck in Jamaica depending on just like Sting or Reggae Sunsplash or Border Clash or some of those shows. But the dubplate was what most of these artists made money from. So Bounty Killer changed the game forever. And one of the things, I think the biggest setback for Bounty Killer, why he did not make it so big on the international stage, even though he had songs with No Doubt, even though he had international songs with like Swiss Beat and different international artists, Cardinal Official. There's some international act that he had music with, but whenever you talk to like people from the industry, especially coming from America, the one thing that you would hear is that the name, the American industry, was not quick to accept the name Bounty Killer. And I believe if you talk to someone like Assassin, that's why Assassin would have changed his name to Agent Sasco. Because to try to break into the American market, just the name alone, would not get you fully into the market, even though Bounty Killer was big in New York and he was big in the underground scene. So it was really good to see both Bounty Killer and Beenie Man standing there to receive the Order of Distinction. And you know, while I was watching it, you know, I just thought about it, like it would have been so nice if both of their mom would have been there to see them collect the Order of Distinction. I know they both lost their mom over the past 5 years or so, but that would have been good, because I know like those guys had an amazing relationship with their moms, and it would have just been amazing to look at their mom's face when they were receiving the Order of Distinction. So guys, let me know in the comment section, do you think Bounty Killer and Beenie Man deserve this Order of Distinction, and do you think it was way overdue? And just let me know what you think in the comment section, and please remember to like, share and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out.